what's up and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure some of you have seen, if you haven't watched the whole thing, you've probably seen some clips from the start of the Democratic National Convention that kicked off yesterday, I believe. And yeah, it was interesting to watch. I think it's a really good thing that they went first because let me tell you something, if the Republicans have anything like that planned, now's the time to change it. That DNC was the worst. Now, I will say this, it is the very first time that we've had to do it 100% virtual, but I really feel like it was just thrown together in all aspects. There were a lot of just weird things going on, from like musical acts to like some people being live to some people being pre-recorded to the people that you saw on Zoom. It was just weird altogether. But one of the ones that really stood out to me was the part when Michelle Obama spoke. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Yeah, there were a lot of other people I could talk about, but hers was probably the most video worthy I could find. Let's just say that. So she was brought in kind of towards the end of the convention, or the first day of the convention. And you know, it was somber. I mean, the whole thing, the whole DNC was somber, but when she started, it was like from the beginning, like her eyes looked watery. She was just talking like it was just from the beginning, like it was the end of the world. And I really just didn't appreciate it. You know what I mean? I mean, here's your chance to really like instill some type of hope in people. And I feel like she used it to instill fear and like put more negativity on the moment and just make people feel like there's no hope unless Joe Biden gets elected. So let's talk about a few of the sections that stood out to me. I will link her full like piece down in the description box below. But I'll also throw in a few clips here, as you know I like to do, because I like to give you guys a little visual, and then we'll kind of discuss as we go. One order of business before we start. Please, everybody, just stop what you're doing and hit the subscribe button to my channel. Usually I do this at the end, but I'm gonna do it at the front because you guys, I'm trying to meet a goal by the end of the month. I really, really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I see that you guys watch my videos, but a lot of you guys aren't subscribed. So please, for a quick second, I'm gonna stop and I want you to subscribe to my channel. I'll wait. Okay, I'm back. Hope you guys hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's start at the beginning of her little speech-a-rooney, okay? She went into talking about how there have been so many that have come before her that are the story of America. They are a mixture of things that incorporate beauty and pain, but all of that is the reason why she was able to experience the greatness of this country.
I have seen this country's promise. And thanks to so many who came before me, thanks to their toil and sweat and blood, I've been able to live that promise myself. That's the story of America. All those folks who sacrificed and overcame so much in their own times because they wanted something more, something better for their kids. There's a lot of beauty in that story. There's a lot of pain in it too. A lot of struggle and injustice and work left to do.
Now, I found that so interesting because right now we have people kneeling, colored people, okay? Hispanic people. We have some white people in there, white people, virtue signalers. And then, of course, Black people that are kneeling, okay, when the national anthem comes on, which represents everything that people have fought for, our freedoms, our rights, everything that we have. And here she is acknowledging that she has gained much opportunity from what the people before her have died and have suffered for. Okay? So listen to that part. She herself just said it. There's a lot to be grateful for. All right. Then she starts to talk about how the presidency is hard and how it requires somebody of sound mind, somebody who can make decisions, somebody who can, I don't know, just be like a sound of mind type of person.
The job is hard. It requires clear-headed judgment, a mastery of complex and competing issues, a devotion to facts and history, a moral compass, and an ability to listen.
Joe Biden ain't that person, okay? He's not that person. So how she can sit up here and talk about how Joe Biden is her pick for the Democratic Democratic presidential nominee is crazy. You just laid out what it takes to be president, and then you gonna say that Joe's the guy for that? I don't know.
A president's words have the power to move markets. They can start wars or broker peace. They can summon our better angels or awaken our worst instincts. You simply cannot fake your way through this job. As I've said before, being president doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you are. If we have any hope of ending this chaos, we have got to vote for Joe Biden like our lives depend on it.
So one of the things that she says is being president doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you are. Okay. And she is 1000% correct. And I'll tell you why I agree with that statement. Because her husband came in talking about how he was the president of hope and change. And over time, it revealed that he was not the president of hope and change. Well, in a sense, he was a president of change because he changed a lot of things that made our country great. It is my personal belief that he is the reason there is so much racial divide in this country today. So I found it extremely interesting for her, to be acknowledging that fact. I mean, in reality, the only people that actually buy what she's saying, I'll tell you what, if you don't follow news at all, you don't know anything about her husband's presidency, you don't know anything about Trump's presidency, you would watch this and be like, wow, she's really sincere. She really cares. I'm going to vote for that Biden guy. But for those of us who know the job her husband did and know what kind of job President Trump is doing, okay? Even with all of the obstacles he faced coming in as a president following Obama, those of us that know that, look at this and go, how can you sit up there with a straight face and lie? She is lying, okay? Pretty much everything that comes out of her mouth, if I had the time, I could sit here and show you proof of everything she is saying is a lie. So if you sit here and watch this and your heart is just like, wow, like she really cares. Like she's warning us of something terrible. She is warning us of something terrible. If we do not, like she said, vote like our life depends on it, okay? There are millions of people that are going to suffer because these Marxists are going to take over. So she is 1000% correct that we need to vote like our life depends on it, okay? Her life depends on it for sure. Because if Trump doesn't get out of office, baby, they are all in trouble, okay? They are all in trouble. They're already getting in trouble. But if he stays in 4 more years and has the opportunity to uncover all the dirt that they have been doing, never mind, okay, that her husband and Joe Biden were spying on Trump's campaign, and that's about to be proven if the evidence you already see isn't enough, okay? So she is right. Her life does depend on it. Her life does depend on it.
Maybe they were fed up. Maybe they thought the outcome wouldn't be close. Maybe the barriers felt too steep, whatever the reason.
She also says that a presidential election not only reveals who the president is, but it also reveals who we are. So she goes in to talk about how not enough people turned out to vote. Not enough people spoke up. And it revealed who we were as a nation. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, it did reveal who we were. It revealed that we were sick and tired of the BS. We were sick and tired of not having jobs. We were sick and tired, okay, of illegal aliens, people who shouldn't be in this country. I'm not talking about people who migrate to this country legally and have every right, just as I do, to be in this country. We're getting free healthcare. We're benefiting from our increased tax dollars. We're given the rights to everything that you and I are given the rights to, but they didn't have to pay for it. So she's right. It did reveal who we are. And in a sense, she's sitting here blaming people for putting Trump in office. Okay? So again, it's the doom and gloom of making you feel bad for not turning out. What makes you think people didn't turn out? Okay? What makes you think? What makes you think that people didn't all turn out in troves, okay? Which they're going to do again this year, and it's probably going to be record breaking. What made her think that Trump is in office because people didn't turn out? No, ma'am. People turned out and they turned up.
And our leaders had worked hand in hand with scientists to help prevent an Ebola outbreak from becoming a global pandemic. 4 years later, the state of this nation is very different. More than 150,000 people have died, and our economy is in shambles because of a virus that this president downplayed for too long. It has left millions of people jobless. Too many have lost their health care. Too many are struggling to take care of basic necessities like food and rent. Too many communities have been left in the lurch.
So another interesting part was when she talked about how when her husband was president, they worked hand in hand with scientists to prevent an Ebola outbreak. Lady, let me tell you something. Okay. Oh, and then she referred to it as a global pandemic. Let me tell you something. Okay. Ebola wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal. They love to use the comparison of Ebola to coronavirus to show like they did something so significant, okay? It was no big deal. Yeah, somebody got it. Yeah, another person got it. But you guys didn't have what we have, which is not only a pandemic, but we have a pandemic on top of rioting, on top of looting, on top of people being killed, on top of, people hating the president, on top of a presidential election. Give me a break. That they tried to compare. It's like they're grabbing so hard at anything they can to be able to compare to the magnificent job that Trump has done against all the odds that he's had to be up against. The other thing she talks about with the pandemic is that millions of people have died. Millions of people have lost their jobs. Millions of people have lost their health insurance. I don't know what she's talking about, okay? I'm pretty sure the numbers show that more people are employed more than ever now, okay? Ever. Everybody's very happy with their healthcare plans, okay? Because we're not on that, Obamacare that your husband tried to stick us with, okay? I don't know what she's talking about. People not paying rent. People aren't paying rent because the Democrats want to shut everything down due to the sweet and sour sniffles, as Jericho Green says, the sweet and sour sniffles. That's really what it is. Nobody shut things down like this for the flu, and more people are killed by the flu. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And here at home, as George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and a never-ending list of innocent people of color continue to be murdered, stating the simple fact that a Black life matters is still met with derision from the nation's highest office.
The part that enrages me the most about what she says is when she brings up George Floyd and Breonna Taylor as the two examples that she can think of innocent Black people getting murdered. Number one, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. Breonna Taylor should not have died, but she did, okay? But she wasn't innocent, okay? George Floyd shouldn't have died, but he did, but he wasn't innocent, okay? We have to stop with believing the lies, okay? These people were not innocent, okay? But besides that, we're not going to talk about that, okay? Those are the two people she could come up with, okay? What about Burnell Trammell? He was innocent. He was Black. He got shot. What about David Dorn? He was innocent. He was Black. He got shot. No remorse for Cannon Hinton, whatever his last name is. I'm sorry, I'm botching that. No remorse for him. Oh, wait. He was white, so we can't talk about him. His life didn't matter, right? Okay, what about Legend, Baby Legend? What about all the other babies in Chicago that got shot innocently? You can't mention them, Michelle? Get out of here. I am so sick of hearing this ignorant BS. This ignorant BS. They're using George Floyd and Breonna Taylor to play to you, to make you seem like Black men and Black women are just out there getting shot for no reason. More Black men and women are shot by other Black men and women than anybody else. Read the facts. The facts matter. Those are the facts. Michelle, get your facts right.
So let me be as honest and clear as I possibly can. Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. He cannot meet this moment. He simply cannot be who we need him to be for us. It is what it is.
So before I close out this video, I'm going to end with one of the last things that she said more than halfway through the video. She said, let me be clear. Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He is in over his head. I cannot believe once again that she can sit up here with a straight face and say this. Donald Trump has done more for our country in the first 100 days of his presidency than your husband did in the combined full term of his 8 years of his presidency. And I've got the receipts to prove it. Donald Trump has done more for the Black community than you and your husband have done. Donald Trump has done everything and then some that he has promised to do in his first 4 years. He has helped Latinos. He has helped Blacks. He has helped women. He has helped children. And he has certainly helped everybody's pocketbook, because I don't see people out there suffering like they were suffering when your husband was president. So, ma'am, I refuse to accept your nomination for Joe Biden as president of the United States because your opinion means shit to me. I want to know what you guys think. Drop a comment below, like this video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys and have a great day. Bye-bye.